everyone today. I am so excited to be with you. Yay! Who's ready to get creative? So today, you guys, we are creating a monochromatic, that's a huge word, color painting. Mono is one and chroma is color. So if you guys look at the artwork, there's one color, which is, what color is that? The one color is blue. So white and black are not considered colors. The colors, these are the color that you can find in the spectrum, like a rainbow. So black and white are not considered colors of the spectrum, but blue is. So that's why we're calling this the monochromatic color painting. So today, and you don't have to do blue, but blue is a great color to make a painting look cool, nice and cold. And we know that polar bears live in the Arctic. And if you didn't know that, I'm telling you. So guess what I have today? I went to the library and I got some books on polar bears. You guys, I'm sure know Eric Carle, right? One of my favorite authors and artists, Eric Carle. Look at his cool polar bear, right? Look at the texture. Sorry that it's glossy. That's the cover to protect it. And so I'm going to do a little reading today and a little art and a little reading and a little art. We're going to change it up a little bit. So the other book I have, maybe you guys know this one, Maddie the Polar Bear. And this one is a story, but it gives you fun facts about polar bears. So I'm going to read that also. And we're just going to do a little art and a little reading. So let's warm up our hands, get ready, right? And I'm going to start with the sloppy copy. I want you guys to draw with pencil. I'm going to use a black marker so you can see it better on the camera. I have my artwork in a horizontal or landscape direction so that I can fit everything. If you want to do your bear much larger and flip it vertical or portrait, that is fine with me. Okay, I set up my iPad so I could see. Let's see if you guys are here with me. My comments. Where's my comments? I'm trying to build my technology ability. So I have my iPad here since I can't see the camera. I mean the screen. So, hey everybody. Hi you guys. I'm so happy you're here. I'm determined. So look, all right. So I have my iPad over here hidden. Look, but I don't see the comments. I'm still going to figure it out. I'm going to keep practicing, right? Build my technology skills. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with, and again, you set up your artwork however you want. I'm going to start with our cute cub today. So let's draw. And then I thought, while I start reading, you can still work on your drawing. I'm going to bring his face in a little bit here and here. It could be a girl or a boy. I think mine kind of looks like a boy. Or a male. Definitely a cub. I'm going to go up, down, and up. Oh, this middle part of his body looks like a W to me. And this part looks like a Y. So I see a Y and a W right there. I'm going to give you the little ears. Okay, there's my polar bear. And I'm going to leave him sit there for a minute while so I have to do Eric Carle. Eric Carle is an amazing artist. One day, you guys, we're going to do collages like Eric Carle does with the hungry caterpillar or his polar bear. So these are texture rubbings, and you do watercolors over them, and then you let them dry, and then you cut them apart to create really cool collages. So I definitely think we should do that one day. but your texture rubbings would have to be dry. So, and this is for young kids, but I love it. Even I never outgrow Eric Carle because I love his illustrations. So again, look at the background painting of this. Polar bear, polar bear. What do you hear? I hear a lion roaring in my ear. Again, look at the illustrations. Look at the little details on the nails. Lion, lion, what do you hear? I hear a hippopotamus snorting in my ear. Hippopotamus, hippopotamus, what do you hear? I hear a flamingo fluting in my ear. Again, look at, I'm really just mesmerized by, see this? These are all little cut pieces of paper. We're going to have to do a collage soon. Look at the cool flamingo. Flamingo, flamingo, what do you hear? I hear a zebra braying in my ear. Zebra, zebra, what do you hear? I hear a boa constrictor hissing in my ear. Boa constrictor, what do you hear? I hear an elephant trumpeting in my ear. Elephant, elephant, what do you hear? I hear a leopard snarling in my ear. Leopard, leopard, what do you hear? I hear a peacock yelping in my ear. Ooh, look at that pretty peacock. Peacock, peacock, what do you hear? I hear a walrus bellowing in my ear. Walrus, walrus, what do you hear? I hear a zookeeper whistling in my ear. Zookeeper, zookeeper, what do you hear? I hear children. Growling like a polar bear, roaring like a lion, snorting like a hippopotamus, fluting like a flamingo, braying like a zebra, hissing like a boa constrictor, trumpeting like an elephant, snarling like a leopard, yelping like a peacock, bellowing like a walrus. That's what I hear. Look at all the kids and look at all the colors. Very nice. All right. So again, one day we're going to do these cool Eric Carle collages. I'll give you homework, and your homework would have to be doing texture rubbings and watercolor paintings on top. And then they have to be dry so we can do our collages. Okay, let's keep going. So we know this is actually called 1-point perspective, so that the distance is going far away from us and the foreground would be here. So this is the path that the little polar bear decided to sit on. I'm just going to sketch out his path. Now I'm going to do trees here, so I'm going to stop right there, just so you have the idea. I'm going to do a vertical tree here. Now, there's no leaves on these trees. And I'm going to do a vertical line here. That tree kind of looks crooked, but that's okay. And then my path, that's like the snow mound right there. And you can sketch out your moon, and you could put some pine trees in the background if you want to. And again, they would be pretty small back there. Let's do, here's a snow mound over here. Here's another pine tree over here. Now, if you want to do a whole family of polar bears, you could do a whole family of polar bears. There's another pine tree. I'll put another one right here. And as you go back into the background, they could fade, or you know, they can shrink. You can make them smaller, and you can have many in the background, or you could just keep it simple. It's totally up to you. So that's my sloppy copy. That's my practice. So now that you guys know, if I give you a quiz on monochromatic color painting, it's a large word, but you got it. Mono means one, and chroma means color. All right. So now I can make, there. You got it memorized, right? Okay. I know I have more to show you guys. Let me see if I put pictures. Oh yeah, well, so you guys, we talked about this last time. These are the elements of art, right? Color, light, line, form, balance, texture. And today, what are we working on? We're working on color because we're doing a monochromatic color painting. So we're using one color, blue. And of course, we're going to be using value because we're going to be doing a lot of lights and darks of the blue. So that's what we're going to work on. Ready to do the good one? All right, let's go. Oh, what's the name of the book? Okay, so the first book that I just read is Polar Bear, What Do You Hear? It's from my library. I went, you guys, it was so funny. Oh my gosh, I love the library, and it had been a while since I went there. I left with this many books. So they're all over. I have Matisse and Van Gogh and just amazing collection of books for 2 weeks. And then the other book, once we get going, I'm going to read this to you while we're working. Maddie the Polar Bear, Daniela DeLuca. You see that? Again, from the library. Okay, but we're going to wait on that so I can get going on my good copy. I'm going to sketch it out. Again, I'm going to start with my little bear cub here. I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger. I like to make him a little bit different, so he's going to be a little bit bigger than the other guy. So here's what I was talking about. This to me looks like a W. Look, W. See, that looks like a W. And then the middle part here, to me, looks like a Y. And then we got a little paw. He's sitting on the little path. He's not cold. If I was sitting on an ice path, I'd be cold. I'd be all bundled up. Okay, and I'm just going to draw the trees right through that line. So we know we have some trees here. And you guys can always erase your line. I'm going to paint right through my line. And again, if you want to put some pine trees in the background, put some pine trees back there. He could have friends. So a big pine tree over here. And then there's this one's overlapping it, so it gives the illusion that it's behind it. So you guys sketch out your good one, and while you're doing that, I'll read the first page of the book. How's that? So it's interesting, they have this map of the Arctic. I have never been to the Arctic because I live in Cleveland, Ohio. That's close enough. Just kidding. But, you know, it's pretty cold in Ohio. Okay. Do polar bears sleep all winter? This is right here. Adult females sleep during winter if they will be giving birth to cubs, which are the babies. They dig a den in a snowdrift, sleep there most of the time, and then give birth to their cubs in November or December. The cozy den is a safe and warm home for the cubs. Male polar bears and females that are not having cubs are active all year round. I didn't know that. Okay. And so it says, Mother polar bear wakes up with a start. She has had a long sleep and wonders what day or even month it is. Hey, I do that right now. Well, it's certainly later than 9 o'clock, and little Maddie will want her breakfast, she thinks, but her cub is still fast asleep. I'd better check if we've got any food left. I haven't been out all winter, Mother growls to herself. It'll be easier, you guys, if maybe I just hold it down like this. But I thought the illustration, see, that's a cool illustration. Look at how cute Home Sweet Home is, and look at the little angel. The little angel's like a little bear. Isn't that cute? Oh, again, I always am mesmerized, but hey, Lola, glad you made it. All right, so now you guys, because we're doing a monochromatic painting, one color, so you should have blue, black, and white. Now you can always use crayons or something else to color it in, but I'm gonna do mine, again, in a monochromatic color. So I'm gonna start, I'll read you more of my book in a minute. Let me put it down. I can't get paint on these library books, oh my gosh. That would not be good, right? I gotta be careful. And you guys know, sometimes it's hard for me to be neat. Okay, so let's get my paint. And I'm gonna do the circle, which is the moon, in white, and I'm gonna touch a little bit of blue. And I'm gonna do a circle right over here. Now that's pretty blue, right, for the moon? So I'm gonna add more white to it. So that, again, when I add that white to a color, that's called a tint, T-I-N-T. So this is a tint of blue. And I'm just gonna go right over my tree. Now you guys can go around it, but I'm gonna go over it because it's gonna be darker, so it's gonna color it up. And again, I can add a little bit more white in here. And then as I work my way out, I can make it bluer. You guys can color around your tree. You can color around your pine tree, or you can just do it like me. Now I'm doing circular brush strokes. All the way off the edge of your paper or canvas, whatever you're using. So you could add the blue right to it, a little bit of white. And again, I'm going to add my trees on top of this, so I'm layering it. And I'm going to work my way out all the way out to here. And each time I do it, I'm just putting a little bit more blue on it without the white, but I have enough white on my canvas. And again, it looks cool if you could see the brush strokes or the lines from your crayon or color pencil, whatever it is that you're using. Follow the direction of that moon glowing. That helps to make it look like it's glowing. So again, I'm going to go all the way out. I'm going to go right over my tree. I'll add it back in later. Still curving that line. And the blue comes down. Again, I'm going to go over that with the tree, so I'm not really worried about filling it in or not filling it in. Again, you could be going around it. Okay, and then once you get it to where you like it, you can stop. You guys can keep working while I read the next part. This time I'm going to hold the book down so you can keep your eyes on the canvas. While the bears were asleep in their den, spring has come to the Arctic island. Mrs. Ermine is taking her children for a walk in the snow. Don't play around the polar bear's den, she warns them, but Ernie disobeys and shows off his new sliding skills when his mother's not looking. Imagine that. Are all polar bear dens the same? They vary in shape and size and even change as wind blows fresh snow over the top. In very windy places, there may be a mound of snow over the entrance to the den. Where in the world do polar bears live? Polar bears live in the Arctic region. This is the area of frozen sea around the North Pole. The bears live mainly at the edge of the ice pack. I'll show you one more time. Look at how cute they are. Oh dear, there's nothing in the den to eat, only a few old fish bones. That won't be enough. That won't be enough to feed a growing cub, says Mother Bear. Just then, Maddie wakes up. I'm starving. She yawns, what's for breakfast? I don't know anybody that would do that. Do you? What do polar bears eat? Newborn cubs drink their mother's milk. When they're older, polar bears' main food is ringed seal. Have you ever had seal? Ugh. They also hunt lemmings, voles, and small birds, as well as walrus pups. Oh, that's sad. Look at that. So that's what they eat. Okay, I'm not going over there for breakfast. But it's a cute drawing. Did you see the little cub getting out of the clothes basket? Very cute. Okay. Well, I'm glad they didn't say polar bears eat people. That's a good thing, right? How's your background coming? Okay, let me do a little bit more. So I am going to do some of the snow now. So if you want to wash off your brush and dry off your brush, you can. I'm going to scoop up some white with a tinge of light blue. Oops, and I touched the black too, actually by mistake, but that's okay because I need it there anyways. So that is like gray and there's some blue in there. And I'm just doing the snow mound right here. Again, follow the line of the snow. See that? So you can see my brush strokes. Now to me, that's too dark. So I'm going to put some more white in there. You guys know I usually don't put black on my plate till the end because I always bump into it. But in this case, we're just, we're using a lot of grays and values. We just want it to look like a snow mound. But you could have blue in it and you can have gray in it. So there's my snow mound. And we could do some around the polar bear over here since I have it on my brush, right? So same thing, you can make it as light as you want to. You could put some blue. So the blue would be like reflecting from the sky onto the snow. Now you don't want to make it pure white because you want your white cub to stand out. So even though we're going to outline him, you want to have a little gray or light blue in your snow over here. So there's some contrast. And I'm not too concerned with my edges because I'm going to clean it up again. And even this part with the tree, you guys can paint around the tree or you can paint right over it because my tree is going to be dark. So I'm going to go right over that. I'm going to scoop up a little bit more white. So white to the color is a tint, right? T-I-N-T, tint. This one's definitely a little grayer than my other one. It's been pretty gray here in Cleveland. I haven't seen the sun in a while. Might as well do the background too while I'm here. Again, since I have it on my brush, I try to fill it in. And I can do my little path. So my little path here is like a light gray or a light blue right here. See that? So that's the path that the little bear is on. And again, you can make it light blue, gray, just anything that'll make your bear stand out since he's going to be white. And this is a good artwork to outline so that your polar bear can stand out. But you have to wait for everything to dry. So that means you have to be patient. I know it's hard to be patient, but you can do it. Okay. So keep going and I'm going to keep reading. I haven't figured out the best way to read yet. So should I hold it and then hold up the book? I think that's easier for me. Are polar bear cubs really tiny? Good question. Yes, they're much smaller than other animals at birth when compared to the size of their mother. Cubs are born, I didn't know this. Cubs are born blind and deaf, and they have very thin fur. Their mothers keep them warm. Do polar bear mothers have twins? Yes. In fact, most polar bears' births are of twins. Some mothers have a single cub, and occasionally they have triplets. Wow. So this is all that information. Mother Bear tells Maddie that they have to go to Wally Walrus's store to buy food. We'd better wrap up warm, she says, zipping up the cub's jacket. Before they set off, Mother has a quick look in the mirror. She's pleased with her new green coat. When they make their way across the ice, it creaks under their paws. Ooh, that's not good. If you guys don't walk on ice, it's not always safe. Okay. And here, why don't polar bears slip on ice? That is a great question. I want to know the answer to that. It was really icy out here the other day, and I did slip. Why don't polar bears slip on the ice? Because their big paws act like snowshoes. They have short, sharp claws and fur padding, which give them a good grip on ice and snow. Good to know. See that? So that's why Eric Carle made those big black claws, right? Look at those big black claws. That's what keeps them from slipping around. I guess that's like a ice blade, like an ice skate. The blades on the skates act the same way. Wally Walrus is busy today. He's in a good mood, handing out candy and telling everyone proudly that he has just become a father. Could we see the little pup? Mother Bear asks politely. Of course, Wally says. They are not the only visitors. Mrs. Seal has come with her daughter, Sissy, to show her our new pup. Mother Bear congratulates the other mothers, and they catch up on the island news. Maddie and Sissy soon get bored. Who gets bored? Nah, no one ever gets bored, do you? Nah. Maddie whispers, and the two youngsters quietly sneak out of the room. Don't do that. Don't go anywhere. Let's see. Shall I take, that's a good place for a break, huh? Let's take a break from the book and go back to the painting. Okay, so again, we're creating different values. So now I'm gonna take my brush that I haven't washed off yet, and I just keep adding white to it or blue to it. So now I just scooped up some white, and I'm gonna put it here. And again, it doesn't matter if I go around my tree or not. I know I'm gonna put a tree there, but I don't want it to be plain white. So I just made a little bit, and then I'm gonna put a little bit over here. I don't want it to be too close. I'm gonna go horizontal. I don't want it to be too close to my path, like the color. So I'm gonna add more white to it. I'm going horizontal now. You could start thinking about a name for your bear cub. Again, you could put the whole family in if you want to add the whole family. How's yours coming? So now this is dried a little bit. I know it's not completely dry. I'm just gonna put a little bit more white in there. See that? I had to be patient. I had to let it dry a little bit just to lighten it up. Make it a little bit rounder. And I think I want to add a little bit of white right around here, right? This is like the snow mound in the background. I'm not going to worry too much about the trees. So again, the foreground trees I'll do later. And if you guys want, you can do, let's see, how about some gray? Let's see if this shows up. I put these remember those pine trees I put in? I can add those right here. So I just took some black onto my already dirty brush. I'm just adding some pine trees in the background here. You don't have to. I can make it, one a little taller over here. And they're definitely not perfect because you don't want to have a lot of detail since it's in the background. So you lose the detail in the background. So I'm just going to touch my black. You guys know how strong black is. So again, I could just fill this one in right here. So it's got black on it and plus all the colors, so it's kind of gray. And I'm following the line of the tree. And while we're here, we might as well do the other trees, right? So you guys know my tree is going to go up over that blue. So I'm just going to touch, again, some of the black. I usually wait till the very end to use black because this is a monochromatic painting. And again, I'll add the white on the other side, but this could go all the way off the top if you want. And I like to look at this almost like triangles, wispy diagonal lines. See how it just covers right over that paint? Now, if you guys are using watercolor paint, that's not going to work that well. Black over other colors in watercolor will work, but you can't do that with other colors in watercolor paint because it's transparent. So if you're using acrylic or tempera, it will work. I know a lot of you guys now are using acrylics, which I love, because they're so opaque, which means you can't see through them. But you could be using crayons or colored pencils. You don't have to paint. Cut paper. You could do a collage, right? And again, I'm just going to kind of do some black lines like this because I'm going to put some white in there. And you can make your tree as big as you want to. You could leave it like a silhouette. Does it look crooked? Sometimes when I paint from the side, I paint crooked. And you could do the one in the background here. You could add some in the background over here, like I was doing, right? So the farthest away would be the moon, and then you would have these trees over here, and then the darkest tall ones, if you want to do those. So we can add the dark ones over here. Let me add, I don't want this to get too dry. Let's see what's going to happen. So I'm going to put a little bit of white on this side. And now my black is still wet, right? So it's mixing together and it's turning gray. If you want it to kind of put some squiggly lines in there to make it look like snow is on there. And I can always add more snow onto it that's pure white if I am patient and let my black dry. Because we have so much patience, don't we? I could put a little bit of snow on this one too. Lola wants to know where I put all the paintings that I do. I have a basement, thank goodness. And you guys, I probably have 200 paintings or more in my basement right now. So what I have been doing lately is some of the paintings that I've done a lot, like the most popular paintings, I paint over white and let it dry and then reuse the canvas. And hey, Van Gogh did it, why can't I, right? And then I give them away as presents a lot of times. When I do in-person stuff, sometimes I have raffles and I give them away as raffles. I would give them away to you guys, but you live far away and it costs a lot of money to mail stuff. So who knew? You order on Amazon, it's just included. But when you I would mail everybody a canvas. But anyway, so I have about 200 or more paintings in my basement. And now I'm going to have another one, right? One day I'll show you guys. I'll take one of my paintings that I have a bunch of. I would say the most popular ones I do is the sunset over the water. I probably have 10 or 15 of those. And then the palm tree one, I have a ton of those. So I just take the ones that I have a lot of and then paint over. You can use acrylic white paint. I don't like to waste mine. I have like old cans of house paint and it's latex. So as long as it's acrylic paint, you can use a can of old house paint to cover your canvas and to go over it again, but you gotta let it dry. So again, it involves patience, right? All right, where was I? I was gonna put a little bit more snow on here and here. Just a little bit. It could also be the moon reflecting on the trees, right? Because the moon's right there. So that's up to you. I like to see the brush strokes and the paint. All right. So let's go back to our book. We have to finish our book. You guys are going to have to tell me if you like me reading to you while we're creating. Okay, are polar bears good swimmers? What do you think? You think they're good swimmers? I think they are because I've seen them at the zoo and I've seen them swim around in the tank. So yes, adults are strong swimmers and can cover long distances without resting. Their small head and long neck give them a streamlined shape. They can also swim underwater for up to 2 minutes. Wow. How do polar bears get dry? After swimming, they shake themselves and their thick fur throws the water off. Interesting. Okay, I'll show you the picture. Oops. Out on the ice, Maddie tells Sissy that she's learning ballet. I'll show you, she says, taking her jacket. To Sissy's surprise, Maddie's all dressed up, ready to dance in her pink outfit. She looks like a real ballerina. Maddie does a roly-poly leap, a pretty spin, and some big jumps. She glides along on tiptoe when suddenly there's a loud cracking noise. A block of ice breaks away and takes Maddie with it. Oh no, Sissy cries. All right, I know you don't have this problem in Florida. What's an iceberg? Icebergs are huge chunks of ice that break off from glaciers and ice shelves. They float away and only the top part shows above the water. Most of the iceberg is under the water's surface. Maddie floats away on the ice and is soon out of sight. Her mother is horrified when she sees what has happened. Oh dear, I don't know who can save her now, says Grandma Arctic Hare. Oh dear, neither do I, says Grandpa Hare. The hooded seals try to help, but all they can catch is Maddie's teddy bear. Maddie grabs it and floats on. Too much dancing, says Mr. Arctic Wolf. Too near the edge, says Mrs. Arctic Fox. What drama, screech the terns as they fly overhead. What are the dangers for cubs? A fall on the ice might injure a polar bear cub. If it breaks a bone, it might not be able to keep up with its mother. It needs to stay close because adult male bears sometimes like to kill the cubs. That's bad. I don't like that. Oh my gosh, this is cute. This says Pamela Patrick and Pierre Puffin. Cute, right? The Puffins can see that Maddie is now in real danger. A gigantic growling polar bear rears up his head, his hind legs, and lifts a powerful paw. He looks ready to swallow Maddie and her teddy bear in a single mouthful. That's not good. Luckily, the strong ocean current floats Maddie out of reach on a huge growling bear. But before she knows it, she crashes into a big gray mountain rising up out of the sea. Maybe it's a new Arctic island, Maddie thinks. Do polar bears really travel on ice floes? Yes. In the summer, adult polar bears follow the shifting pack ice as it melts into floes or sheets of floating ice. Sometimes blocks of ice break away, so females keep an eye on their cubs and keep them close. This island is very soft, Maddie thinks, and very slippery too. She just manages to hold on to the moving island. All right, let's go back to painting. So now I know a lot of my painting has dried, right? So you guys can paint in your polar bear white, or you can leave it the way of the canvas. I'm going to paint mine in just because I got some paint inside of there. Can you see it? Can you see where I went inside the lines? Of course, I went inside the lines. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm just going to take some white. This is going to be pure white. Again, you can leave it the white of your paper. I'm going to paint over my details and I'll just re-add them in later. But you can take your time and color around it. You can create your own illustration from the story. Your artwork does not have to look like my artwork. You can change it however you want to. This could be an ice block. You can make an ice, an ice block. A cub in a ballerina outfit. Now we're going to let that dry for a couple minutes just so I don't end up with gray again, right? And then now that I'm looking at it from the side, these guys look a little crooked too. Is that a little better? But I want to put a little black in there. Because again, it's up on by the moon. See my brush strokes? I'm just kind of going out, wispy lines out. Not perfect, just these wispy lines going out. It's a little straighter, huh? Then if I want in here, I could just kind of go back, break up some of those white chunks with they're little arched black. So I have black and white on my brush. But you see, I'm just kind of arching those and sweeping across. So you could do like little wiggly lines like that. You could do them back here too. So it's giving a contrast. So this is like a gray scale, black, gray, white. Those are values. And don't let me forget about those trees. So while my polar bear's drying, I'm I'm going to add my trees. I just got a picture from Aurora. Aurora joined us today. Thanks, Aurora. Aurora made it artwork and just messaged me a drawing. So you guys, if you know how to check in on Facebook on the Artist at Heart Paint Party page, check in with your photos. I love that. If you can't figure it out, you can upload them here in the group. You can comment under the video, and you can message me, text me, however you can get the photos to me. That way I can share them with everybody. But if you know how to check in on Artist at Heart Paint Party, I don't know why some people can and some people can't. I think it has something to do with settings. What I would really love to do is be able to go live on my website. I haven't figured out how to do that yet with the chat. So even on, I know Reagan tried to do this last week. So with the child-friendly videos on YouTube, they don't let you chat. And I think that's for the children's protection, which is good. So so if you're watching on YouTube, usually kids can't chat on there. And then I know there's got to be a way to be able to go live on my website and have the chat enabled, but I haven't figured it out yet. But that would be my next goal. So I'm doing these vertical lines. You see that? And I know you guys know this, but there's an art app. If you're a subscriber, you guys have the Kajabi art app, and you can use it on any device, and you could have multiple users on at the same time. All right, so there's my tall vertical trees, but right now they're solid black, right? I want it to look like there's snow going over the bottom of them. So I can add a little bit of white. Now the moon is over here, which means that the highlight on these trees would be on the right side because the moonlight's hitting it. So Aurora said she enjoyed the book. So I'm glad she enjoyed the book, and I hope you guys are enjoying it too. I'm reading. All right, you guys, I'm reading the comments. So this is from Megan. It says, thank you, Denyse. Such a cute polar bear story. My almost 3-year-old was listening to you read. And of course, so was Aurora did as well. That's awesome. I'm so glad. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. Okay, so let's let my little guy dry for a couple more minutes, and then I'll add all the details on my polar bear, and let's finish our story. How about that? All right, I didn't turn the page. That would help. But it's not an island at all. Lucky Maddie sees that she's been saved by an old friend of her mother's. She's a helpful whale, and she knows these waters well. You can call me Auntie Birdit, she tells Maddie. Now let's get you home. Aw. How long do cubs stay with their mother? Cubs stay close to their mother at all times until they're about 2 or 3.5 years old. By then, they have learned to hunt and they may go off on their own. All right, can you guys imagine going off on your own at the age of 2 or 3? That would be interesting, right? Mother Bear and her friends are so pleased to see Maddie safe and well. Sissy Seal claps her flippers as Maddie takes a bow. Mother can't wait to give her little cub a great big furry cuddle. Later, back in their den, Mother Bear reads her cub a bedtime story. Maddie's so happy in her mother's arms that she falls asleep long before the story's happy ending. Did you know There are various species or kinds of bear. They live in many different parts of the world, from the Arctic region to areas of North and South America, Europe, and Asia. The grizzly bear is a type of bear. I didn't know that. The grizzly bear is a type of brown bear. So it says polar bear, American black bear, brown bear, grizzly bear, sun bear, Asiatic black bear, sloth bear, speckled bear. That speckled bear. Can you see that? It looks like a raccoon. Here is Maddie with some of her friends. They all live in the Arctic region, at the top of the world near the North Pole. Where is Maddie? Do you recognize all of her friends? Fully grown polar bears are big and strong, but they and other wild animals need help from people to have enough space to live and be kept safe from hunters. Areas of the ice where polar bears live and hunt are melting. Earth is getting warmer because of people's activities such as burning coal that is changing the climate. So I know you guys have probably heard the word global warming. And then it has the glossary of vocabulary words, right? So it says Arctic, the northernmost region of the Earth surrounding the North Pole and including northern parts of North America, Europe, and Asia. How was that? You guys are going to have to let me know what you think about that. If you like the reading part, or was it distracting? Or do you want me to read the whole book all in the beginning and then go to the artwork? Let me know your thoughts. I always listen to you guys. Okay, so now I'm going to add some black paint for my details. Let's do the ears. And the nose. And the eyes. I'm going to do the thinner parts later. I'm going to do the paw. And you could always use a black marker. Let your paint dry and add all of the details with a black marker if you don't have a tiny paintbrush or if you don't have a steady hand. But I want to do it while you guys are on here, so I'm going to use paint. I'm going slow. Remember, press lightly as you use black, because the harder you press, the wider your bristle is going to spread. That means you're going to have a big, thick black line. Sorry, I just noticed that big blob of white. I didn't like it too much, so I wanted to... It was too white for me. I do that a lot. Like, I'll notice something as I'm painting another area. And you see how these little paw prints here just almost turned into one big black So what I could do is I could just wait for it to dry and then add the white in between. Or I could do it now while you're here. But again, on camera, I can see it, but on camera it looks like it's one big. So I could just put a little bit of white in there to separate those little dots. They kind of bled together. When paint runs together, it's called bleeding. I don't know who came up with that. All right, how's your bears? You guys want to share your artwork? Let's see if I can get the link for you guys. Yay, it went up. I hope you guys can see that. Using my phone. All right. This is the part where I have to move because when you guys come on the camera, I'm in a different place and I never know exactly where I'm going to land when you guys come on. Lola's here. Hi, Lola.
Hi.
Oh, where am I? Hold on. Go ahead. Show us.
Here's mine. I didn't use the tracing thing, so there's mine.
I love your
picture. Yeah, I didn't want to put it sitting down, so I wanted to put it like if he was sliding.
I was going to say, it looks like he's going down a slide. That's so cute.
Yeah.
And I have two things I have to tell you real quick. One, thank you for your presents. So Lola sent me this awesome The World of Glass by Dale Chihuly. Dale Chihuly is a famous glass artist who is from where Lola lives in Washington, right, Lola? So I have actually been to his museum in Washington, which is spectacular. And Lola sent me Sasquatch soap, right? So I got, and that's also from Seattle. So can you guys see that? It's look at the Sasquatch soap, and it smells so good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Did you know for my birthday cake, like it's almost my birthday, my mom is gonna make Jell-O.
How fun, Jell-O cake. You're gonna have to show me. So Lola's birthday is coming up, and Lola's having a birthday party, right? I should show you. Lola, I'm getting it ready. Hold on, let me see if I have it here.
It's a Lego. Sorry.
I know, wait, here it is. I was getting it, look. Ready?
Yeah.
Is that the one you want to do?
Yeah.
So Lola's having a party with her friends and family, and we're doing a Lego. So I thought that was a great idea. So a happy birthday. We have a lot of birthdays right around now.
Yeah, everyone's sending me presents right now.
That's awesome. I'm going to have to get you something. I have something in mind for you. I just haven't gotten to the post office.
Oh, it's going to take a long time.
I got to get... I know. I just mail's behind. I heard someone told me it's about a month behind. So it's interesting. But I love that pink dress with the flowers too.
Thank you.
It makes me wish for spring. So happy birthday. I can't wait to see you soon.
I used this thin brush to outline. I have this really...
That is a tiny brush. That looks like a great brush.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Lola. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
I'll see you soon.
I hope you enjoy the present.
I love the present. Thank you. Bye. Hi, guys. Oops. Hi. Hey, Reagan. How are you? Sorry, I accidentally skipped. How are you? Let me see what you got going on. Oh, that looks really nice. And your cute little pole. Oh, my gosh. So cute. That looks awesome. Oh, good. And you're keeping a sketchbook. I love that. You guys, I just got a sketchbook. You inspired me to start a new one. So I just got one. I have to start working in it.
I wanted to show you this that I made. I got a brush and I cut this out of the the box.
I love it. That's a great idea. Like you could do and then you should create in that white space designs,
Yeah.
right? Like you could create some cool designs around it.
Yeah.
And your shirt is kind of like Lola's. That must be the new thing. I love it. It's very springy. You guys are all ready for spring, I could tell.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you live in Florida. It's like spring all the time there, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll see you again soon. I love
you.
your artwork. Send me a picture.
Okay.
Bye. Hi, girls.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
What's going on over there?
This is my drawing.
That looks amazing. Let me see. Does he have a scarf on?
He has a ballerina dress on.
Oh, you put the ballerina. I love it. Oh my gosh, that looks awesome.
He's supposed to be like a magical baby.
Oh, that's so cute.
And then I have the snow and everything on the ground.
That looks great. Did you like the reading part?
What?
Did you like me reading?
Yes.
Okay, good.
And then my sister Natasha has her artwork. She used 3 things.
Ooh, I love it.
I used crayons, pencils, and paint. For the trees I used, for the brown trees, I used paint. For the pine trees, I used pencil. And then for the path, I used crayon. And on the ground for the snow, since I had white paint that I used from making the lighter brown tree, I decided to put it on the ground so it would give the ground, when you put it underneath a light, like it would make it shimmer like snow does when sun shines on it.
I love that when it's almost like the snow has glitter in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's such a beautiful sparkle. That's a great idea. I love that you used all these different kinds of supplies. You guys must be cleaning up already, huh?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But I still have to do my sky.
Yeah, they look great. I love it. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, Jennifer, I'm surprising you again. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, how did you like the reading part?
Oh yeah, I love when you read during the painting.
You do?
Yeah.
It wasn't okay. I just want to make sure it's not distracting for you.
Yeah, it gives me some time to catch up.
Okay, good. I'll keep doing it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, hi, Emma and Bella.
Hello. Oh, hi. You show first. Okay, so this is my painting.
That looks awesome. Oh, he's so cute.
So chubby.
He's so cute.
And this is mine so far. All I have to do is just finish these little trees over here and put the stars.
Oh, stars. I'm going to add stars. That's a great idea.
Thank you.
Did you like the reading?
Yes, we
Yes,
love
it's
that.
awesome.
And we have
Okay.
a guest.
Oh, that's awesome. Wait, I got Pierre around here. What's your bear's name?
Oh, mine's is Portia.
Snow.
Portia and Snow. Wait, where's mine? Hold on. I have Pierre around here somewhere. Where did I put him?
We got him from SeaWorld, this little guy.
Ah, SeaWorld. We used to have a SeaWorld. Look at Pierre. Do you guys remember Pierre?
Aww.
Pierre's got some tape stuck to him. Look at his ear. Okay, poor Pierre. He has tape stuck to him.
Oh, he still looks pretty happy.
He's happy. At least there's no tape on or paint on him. We used to have a SeaWorld when I was like your age in Cleveland. We had a SeaWorld with the Shamu, but it didn't last.
Oh.
So it's okay. I'll come to Florida to see SeaWorld.
Exactly.
Yes.
Bye, you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Say bye, Pierre. Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I still have my Christmas ribbon on. I got to change Pierre. See, this ribbon doesn't come off. I was like, oh, I don't want to cut it off because it's really sewn in there. But this is Pierre the bear, right? From France. So you guys, thanks for joining me so much today. We had fun. I'll keep reading to you, okay? Keep creating. Think outside the box. Be happy. Make art. I love how creative you guys all are. And I will, wait. I see your hand. I had to show it. Say goodbye. Bye, girl. We had it. I'm with them. I see those little hands. I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Oh, I forgot to say one more thing. Shout out. So it's Lola's birthday's coming up. Today is Eileen's birthday. Happy birthday, Eileen. A couple days ago was Leona's birthday. Happy birthday, Leona. We have a lot of birthdays coming up, including mine. But don't tell anybody. So anyways, I will see you guys again soon. Bye, you guys. Stay safe.